Tommy, everybody remembers last year it was Tommy White and Dylan Cruz. Those are the top two bats you have to stop if you want to beat LSU. My question is, who are some of the players that have stepped up to try to team up with Tommy White that you've seen, so it's Tommy White and these specific players?
Yeah, our whole lineup. Every single guy that's going to be out there can do exactly what was done last year. I know it was Tommy White and Dylan for a lot of it, but it was not that at all last year. I mean, Beloso, Dugas, all those guys, we just got on base and everybody cashed in. So I think it's going to be the same thing this year. Everybody's going to contribute, and we'll be good for that.
Tommy, right here, Coach mentioned kind of you and some other guys, choosing to stay and kind of, so saying you wanted to kind of move forward, obviously, as leaders. What have you seen maybe from that group of guys, and personally for you, where you feel like you've grown to be a leader for this team?
Yeah, I had to come back. This is my home. I have one more year here. And, just being that older guy now, part of the team, we got a really young team with a lot of talent. Just showing them how LSU runs and how LSU works and the standard that we have here, so we can leave it in better hands than we found it.
Hey, Tommy. One, how are you doing after post-surgery? And then secondly, is there anything, maybe something we don't see, is there anything or what can you do to help elevate your game to get you all to where you're back where you want to be?
So surgery went well. It's awesome. I think so. Last year, opening day, it popped out, and it popped out probably 20 times throughout the year. So I was popped out in the dog pile. So it was definitely a struggle throughout the year and something I had to play through. So I'm excited to finally play healthy. I mean, I was battling adversity all last year, and now that we're finally healed up and fixed up, it should be fun.
And then some things to elevate your game back and get back to the national championship?
Yeah, I think for myself, just narrowing my zone, swinging at pitches that I can drive only. I tend to be a really, really aggressive hitter. I'm not going to lose that aggressiveness, but just be a little more selective.
Hey, Tommy, how has the chemistry been in the infield since you guys basically have a brand new infield this year? And then also, who has been the toughest pitcher you had to face this fall?
The infield we've been clicking really well. Every guy that came in, all the new guys, they know the standard and they've all gelled really well, and we're working really, really good in the infield. So I really like where we're at there. Toughest pitcher, guy that just talked. I think that he's got some stuff that's going to surprise y'all, and you guys are going to lean back and be like, wow. So I'm really excited to see him play.
Tommy, after winning a championship, what's the biggest thing maybe you learned about that journey, and how can you get back?
I think that was definitely the toughest thing I've ever been a part of on the baseball field was Omaha. It was the most fun I've had and definitely the toughest. So I think just, staying the course, being with the guys, that's what we did last year was just we leaned on each guy to pick us up, when we're struggling and stuff like that. So that's going to be a big part of this team is having great team chemistry and be able to lean on one another.
How do you keep it fresh too, though, right? Like you guys have had that experience. Obviously, new guys haven't. So how do you keep it fresh for the old guys? Yeah, so everybody thinks we're defending. That's not even close. We're attacking. This is a brand new opportunity, brand new team, and we're taking every day like it's our last. So I'm excited. I don't really think about last year now. I'm just excited to get back there and attack each pitch, every out, and be a fun season. How's Bear doing over at first?
Good. Yeah, I really like where he's at. He's awesome. He played a lot there last year. Having Trey there, Trey's definitely the best defensive first baseman that college baseball has seen. But Bear's really, really good. So, he's going to be great for us, and he's going to do a lot with the stick, too.
Just kind of building on that a little bit. Ethan Fry, Paxton Kling, Jared Jones, Brady Neal, this was kind of the core young group that, really got a chance to watch and see what it takes to win that championship last year. Just what have you seen from guys like that are back for their second year and how impactful they're going to have to be for this season?
Maturity. They've matured like no other. I think they kind of got the memo during the season last year of how this place is run and everything, and they've showed a great example for the younger guys that came in. So I think that was a big part of it. It's just maturity and how they know college now.
Tommy, obviously you were out for the fall, so what did you sort of learn about yourself, the team, your own game while you were sitting out for so long?
I definitely found out that I love baseball more than I thought I did. It being taken away from me, it was definitely the hardest thing having to watch. I've never been in that situation before, having to watch baseball. I've been always out there playing. So it definitely found a new love for the game that I thought I always loved it, but now I know I really, really love it. So this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. Hopefully I can. And so yeah, that was probably the biggest takeaway I had from the fall being out.
How's Jay changed, if at all?
Same. He's more determined than ever, ready to attack. This is what he wants to do. He wants to build a dynasty, and that's what he's doing.
Tommy, if I could ask you a couple quick questions. Lou Coleman coming over from Alabama, what kind of addition is he to your staff?
Huge. Great fastball, great secondary. He's an awesome person, great locker room guy. He's going to help us out a bunch. And, him being here, he's already experienced the SEC, so he knows what it's about. So, yeah, I think he's a great addition. He's going to help us out a lot.
And piggybacking on Seth's question about what you learned on the journey, even in a national championship year, you guys learned there will be losses, struggles here and there. Is that one of the bigger takeaways from last year?
Yeah, I think that it doesn't matter where you're at in the season. Baseball is a weird game. It doesn't matter who it is. It's not like football where the biggest, baddest dudes win. It's best guy that day. So, yeah, I think that's the biggest takeaway is just to stay the course, and every out, every pitch matters. That's a big thing. That's what I really learned in Omaha was, every pitch was just so locked in, so focused. And if we can be like that all year because we have that experience, so we know that every pitch matters, it'll be pretty dangerous.
What's the plan for you over the next few weeks just to, get up to speed again and try to catch up in terms of at-bats and swings and all that sort of stuff?
So I'm hitting every inning. Jay has me in there every single inning. So I had 7 at-bats yesterday. So I'm doing a bunch to, get back to where I was.
It's a lot of at-bats, but I'm curious about Josh Pearson and how his development has come at second base. He's trying to move into that spot. What have you noticed from him growth-wise?
Yeah, he's a really good second baseman. I've not expected that, but, he's doing what he can do. He's holding his own, and he's going to be a great addition over there, and he's going to play there for a while, and he's going to do his best. And, I think it's Gold Glove material. He makes all the routine plays and makes all the diving plays, too. So he's something that surprised me a little bit. But, I was the one that told him that he told me he came in as a second baseman, and then they put him in the outfield. I said, you need to tell Jay that you can play second base because we need a second baseman. And he took that role, and he's not looked back. And, you wouldn't think that he played any other position.
I was wondering if you've heard from a lot of fans to tell you where they were when they were watching the Wake Forest game, and what they were doing, and whether they were in Omaha or here or wherever. And I wonder if you have a favorite story.
I don't know if I have a favorite. I think the coolest thing I saw a video of somebody took the video of me hitting the walk-off, and it was like all the parent section reaction. That was the coolest thing I've seen. It was how cheerful and how joyful. And then, watching all of our guys come out of the dugout, it brings a tear to my eye. And it was awesome, special moment. But yeah, that was probably the coolest thing.
Hey, Tom. A lot of people talk about your leadership, how you're one of the guys that commands the team. What is your leadership style?
I like to lead by example if I can. I will be vocal if possible, but I just try to do what's right and, just lead by example and show them how it is by not really talking or anything. But, yeah, that's just how I am. That's how Dylan was, and I just watched Dylan all last year and just tried to copy his style because, dude's the greatest to do it.
You were talking about the home run. I think you saw the kids that dressed up as you for Halloween.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I think it's awesome. I definitely have a unique look on the field, and for kids to embrace that, it warms my heart. It's awesome. That's why I do it.
You said earlier, over here, sorry. You said earlier that all last season you were dealing with adversity, your shoulder, and still being regarded as one of, if not the best hitter in college baseball. What do you think your ceiling is now being fully healthy?
I'm just not. I'm not really looking at any numbers or anything. I'm just looking at wins. If I can help the team win that day, I did my job. If I'm 0 for 4, 0 for 5, if I'm 5 for 5, doesn't matter. As long as we get the W at the end of the day, I did my job.
Anything else for Tommy?
Thanks, guys.
Okay.